The Arkle we move on to. So, Charlie, I'm going to come to you first of all here, and I'll have a ping at the prices as well. So, 2.78 Jumbo, El Fabiolo 2.82. That's interesting because not everywhere will you have Jumbo as favourite. With Team Matchbook 2.78 Jumbo, El Fabiolo 2.82, Dice Heart Dynamo 6.4, Saint Roi is 12.0. Tom Leach, I've seen that comment, and I'm not going to read it out, but I will actually going to dig out Ollie Murphy's record at Huntingdon and see what you think of that. Right, Charlie, Dysart Dynamo, go away from the top two. What are you doing?
Probably madness, because I've massive respect for the top two, but I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion about Dysart Dynamo. I think he's an absolute ball of speed. I think the old course at Cheltenham is sort of made for him. I mean, he was still tanking along in the Supreme when he tipped up last year. I think ultimately he just got outstayed at Leopardstown last time out behind El Fabiolo. He led them a long way, jumped soundly, high cruising gear. Look, it's probably going to be difficult to insert the top two in the market, but I found it difficult to split them, and so then I was looking at something beyond them. And if Dysart Dynamo gets into a rhythm out on the front end, I think this, it's a sharp 2 mile on this old track, and I think that'll suit him ideally. And like I say, if he'll make them all rock and roll, even if he doesn't hang on, I wouldn't be surprised if he leads them down to the last.
And I know that Matt had positive comments about Dysart Dynamo earlier on in the year, but he's ditched him. Anyway, we'll come to that. Deasy, you're the leading British hope is John Bon, and he wins. Why?
I think John Bon is an unbelievable jumper and an unbelievable athlete, and he's been brought along nicely this year. I had him picked even before El Fabiolo won at the Dublin Racing Festival. I just think as an athlete, he is top notch. I think he was unlucky last year. He came up against a freak. I know that El Fabiolo ran him very close at the entry, but I just think that he has been the most eye-catching visually of them this year, and I'm out of a pick. I'm happy enough to stick with him.
Ollie Murphy has a 22% strike rate at Huntingdon. I was all out to say that's better than Paul Nicholls is, but he's got a 24% strike rate, so that's a bit annoying. But there you are. It's not bad though, 22%. There you go. It's not.
Out of 22 winners out of 102 runners.
Yeah. We sound like Ollie Murphy fanboys. I mean, the fact is, he is a Matchbook ambassador, and aside from each other, we do fancy his horses in the Supreme. I wouldn't touch his horse. Thunder Rock over fences. So there you go. Don't jump well enough. No chance. I don't even know where I'm going next. That happened early. Second race. Adele, another John Bond fan.
Yeah, absolutely. What Deasy said. Absolutely love this horse. So, he's so athletic. I could watch him all day long, honestly. Even at Warwick, it's such a sharp track, and he just never even I know he had a little bit of a scruffy jump, and Calico managed to kind of swoop by him, but other than that, he is. I love the way he gallops, and he's so well balanced that even when he changes his leg, he doesn't even alter momentum. He doesn't change his stride pattern or anything. He's just so well balanced, so athletic, so sharp-minded as well, and I really like that about him. I just love him, and I just think he's been from last season when he was kind of a bit of a kind of hyperactive shell of a horse. What I've seen recently of Nicky Henderson when he's been showing him off without his rugs on, I'm like, wow, he's actually filled out into such a big burly horse. The fact that he's even so athletic is fascinating, because he looks like he's put on so much weight. Which is really nice to see. I think he's really growing up, and I just think last season he just found everything so easy over hurdles. I think Chasing has really kind of made a man of him, but he still really enjoys it from what I can see. And yeah, I absolutely love him. I really do. I think he's a wonderful horse.
Okay, and now to Team El Fabiolo. Matt, there's nothing between these horses on ratings, is that right?
Well, El Fabiolo is 159 in Ireland, so in that sense, yeah, the Irish horse has got about £3 extra than handicap chases today. So I'd expect him to be in the early mid 160s when the ratings come through.
Okay, what's the stat? Who do you like?
The stat is about ratings, actually. Since the BHA published them in 2008, the top-rated runners are 9 from 15, 78% profit. So why is such an obvious factor so underbet? Because 2 mile chasing is the most predictable division. The advent of the Turner, the novice chase don't have so much depth now. Smaller fields, less luck in running. So the best 2 milers winning a lot of the time. And El Fabioli will probably be about £3 or £4 clear top-rated. I think he's got a great chance of enhancing that record. His form in the Irish Arkle is, on bare form, a fair way ahead of anything John Bond's achieved so far. For all that John Bond does look a cracking prospect.
Does he jump well enough?
El Fabiolo, he's given a belt each time in both of his runs. He's got 13 fences to jump here in 284 yards less. They are less stiff fences. But when he made that bad mistake at the 4th last, the Irish Arkle, he never looked like falling, didn't knock the stuffing out of him at all. He just picked himself up and powered clear of them. I just think he's improved so much this season. He'd only had 1 run for Willie when he took on John Bond in the top novices. And I think he could be the sort of horse who not only wins the Arkle, wins a couple of champion chases over the next couple of years.